If you want to go from a rice belly to a nice belly, it's important to know how you got it in the first place. Then we can cover strategies on how to lose it. There's 5 factors that contribute to belly fat accumulation. The first one seems obvious. Excess calorie intake for a prolonged period of time. While some of this will be stored as subcutaneous fat, the jiggly fat you can pinch under your skin, a significant portion can be directed toward visceral storage. The second factor is genetics. Your genes play a significant role in determining your body shape and how your body stores fat. This also explains why some people can be seemingly thin but still have high levels of visceral fat. The third factor is hormonal influences. Chronic stress leads to elevated levels of cortisol. You hear so much about cortisol, but how does it actually make you fatter? Visceral fat cells have a higher density of cortisol receptors. Cortisol can mobilize fat from other fat stores and relocate it specifically to visceral fat storage. This is why some people experience cortisol belly. Even if they are otherwise lean, there's still more to it. Cortisol can directly influence the brain to increase appetite and enhance cravings for higher calorie, sugary, and fatty comfort foods. You know what happens then. And finally, cortisol's primary role in the stress response is to prepare the body for fight or flight. It does this by increasing blood glucose levels. Therefore, chronically elevated cortisol can lead to insulin resistance, where cells become less responsive to insulin signals. And then you're left with excess blood sugar or glucose. The body then stores this excess glucose as fat, with a strong preference for visceral fat. Now you can see why stress and cortisol are a problem. The fourth factor is a poor diet. You know the usual suspects. High intake of refined sugar and processed foods, and excessive alcohol consumption. But how does alcohol really cause increased visceral fat? There are 6 ways from a scientific perspective. Number 1, the body recognizes ethanol, alcohol, as a toxin. The liver prioritizes metabolizing alcohol over other macronutrients, carbs, fats, and protein. Therefore, the carbs and fats in the bloodstream are more likely to be stored as fat, particularly the metabolically active visceral fat. Number 2, increased fat synthesis from the non-fat precursors derived from alcohol, essentially making fat from alcohol metabolism. I know, that's scary when you really think about it. Number 3, the high calorie content of alcohol. Alcohol provides 7 calories per gram, which is almost twice that of carbs and protein, 4 calories per gram, and only slightly less than fat, which is 9 calories per gram. Add the carbs in beer and mixed drinks, and you have a big caloric cocktail, pun intended, leading to overall weight gain, much of it as visceral fat. Number 4, alcohol disrupts your hormones. It can elevate cortisol levels, which I just covered. Chronic alcohol use can lower testosterone levels, which can increase fat accumulation and decrease muscle, and set you up for what is known colloquially as whiskey dick, or the scientific term, impotence. It decreases leptin, the satiety or fullness hormone. It also increases ghrelin, the hunger hormone. Number 5, impaired fat oxidation. Alcohol can significantly reduce the body's ability to burn fat for several hours after consumption. Number 6, alcohol consumption can lead to less healthy food choices. Think beer, pizza, and wings, and the late night munchies, which leads to the 5th factor, poor sleep quality. There's 3 ways poor sleep increases visceral fat. It decreases leptin and increases ghrelin, which is why when you've had a bad night of sleep, you want high calorie, highly palatable foods. Number 2, impaired glucose metabolism and insulin resistance. This means that the muscles and liver cells become less responsive to insulin's signal to use glucose. Now that glucose has a better chance of being stored as body fat, and of course, preferentially to that visceral fat. Poor sleep decreases non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or NEAT. Basically, you burn way less calories the next day. Now, here's 5 strategies to reduce that belly fat. Number 1, at its core, fat loss, including visceral or belly fat loss, comes down to eating fewer calories than you burn. This creates a negative energy balance. There's just no way around it, forcing your body to tap into stored fat for fuel. A sustained calorie deficit over time is key. If you're trying to lose belly fat in 4 weeks, you have to be consistent. You have to track your calories meticulously so that you see your blind spots and see where you may be eating high calorie foods. A half-assed effort will yield half-assed results. Number 2, dietary composition beyond just calories. While total calories matter most, the type of calories you eat significantly influences visceral fat especially, due to those calories' impact on your hormones. Protein has a higher thermic effect of food than carbohydrates and fats, meaning your body burns more calories just digesting protein. It also promotes satiety or fullness by influencing hormones like GLP-1 and peptide YY, which coincidentally happen to be the hormones that are affected when you take a drug like semaglutide, which helps to reduce your overall calorie intake. Protein also helps to preserve muscle during fat loss, which is very important for your metabolism. I would eat the gold standard of 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. You can always adjust up if you need to, or if you need to cut calories a little bit, you can adjust slightly down. And you can eat that protein throughout the day however you want, spread out into however many meals that you want to eat. But total daily protein is what is most important. Get your protein in. Fiber, especially soluble fiber, slows down gastric emptying, leaving you fuller longer. It also acts as a prebiotic, feeding those beneficial gut bacteria, which has been shown to positively influence metabolism and directly affect visceral fat accumulation. Gradually increase your soluble fiber intake with foods like oats, barley, beans, just to name a few. But you can also take something like psyllium husk or think Metamucil. Aim for 25 to 38 grams of total fiber per day. Healthy fats, moderation is key. While fats are calorie dense, 9 per gram, healthy fats, monosaturated and polyunsaturated, are crucial for overall health and satiety. And they support hormone production by providing the building blocks for the lipid layer of your cells. Number 3, cardio. There's nothing magical about it. It's just a good way to burn extra calories. Before we go any further, let's cover the fat burning zone real quick. That way you can make an informed choice on the method of cardio that you want to do. When you're at rest or performing very low intensity exercise, your body has ample oxygen to metabolize fat efficiently. As exercise intensity gradually increases, your body begins to shift its reliance toward carbohydrates. High intensity exercise relies heavily on carbohydrate, but you will burn more total calories. Think of it this way, you can have 70% of $1 burning more fat than carbs, or you can have 50% of $2 burning an equal amount of carbs and fat. Higher intensity exercise leads to a greater excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, or EPOC. It just leaves your metabolism elevated from anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. Of course, depending on how hard you went. If you want to cover all your bases, perform 1 or 2 HIIT sessions per week and 2 to 3 steady state longer duration sessions. But none of this matters if you are not in a calorie deficit. Number 4, strength training. It can help you improve your glucose uptake and your insulin sensitivity at the muscle cell level. The man with the rice belly is probably not doing any significant strength training aside from maybe some sit-ups and some push-ups. You don't need to do a ton of strength training. 2 to 3 full body sessions per week will get the job done. Number 5, sleep hygiene. What does that even mean? Number 1, consistent sleep schedule. Try to get to bed at the same time every day. This could be pretty hard if you've got small children at home or if you have other obligations you're dealing with. Number 2, optimize sleep environment. Keep it dark, keep it cold. Number 3, pre-sleep routine. There's a ton of things you can do, I guess. My go-to, take a hot shower, then go to bed. Number 4, limit your stimulants, caffeine, alcohol, and heavy meals before bed. Typically 4 to 6 hours before sleep. Confession, I drink a ton of coffee, and during the week, I eat my last meal an hour before bed. Individual variability is a real thing. It works for me. Number 5, moderating alcohol content. We already covered that. Number 6, avoiding electronic devices. Easy fix, put the phone in another room. Number 7, regular physical activity, which leads to the daily step count. Walking is low intensity and burns extra calories, and 70% of those calories will be from fat. And it can help with insulin sensitivity and improving your digestion. The average American gets 4 to 6K steps per day. My daily step goal is 10K. Let that be your guide. Do as many steps as you can get in and don't beat yourself up over it. And you'll sleep way better when you do get your steps in. Number 8, managing naps. I think the easiest thing to do is not take a nap at all if you have trouble sleeping at night. Me personally, during the week, Monday through Friday, I don't nap. I'm too busy. But on the weekend, I do get a power nap in right after my workouts in the morning, but they're before noon, so they don't interfere with my nighttime sleep. Number 9, using the bedroom for sleep only. The only tip here is there's no reason you should have a television in your room. Get it out of there. Power tip. With the strategies we covered, you can reduce your waist size significantly in 30 days. To reduce it further long term, it's going to take patience and consistency. Treat failure like a scientist. Each attempt is an experiment. Each mistake you make is a clue. You're not failing, you're refining. It's just feedback. Now you know what works and what doesn't. I personally have failed at fat loss many times before I was able to develop a system that works for me. So now I can stay lean year round because I've made all the mistakes. Now watch this next to see why testosterone explodes when you hit 15% body fat. And as always, thanks so much for watching.